Hello everyone, this is Ratika Bhattacharya. I welcome you all on my YouTube channel Study Together with Ratika. Today we are going to start a new topic of class 7th, that is transportation in animals and plants. By the end of this video, you will be able to answer all of these questions which are mentioned here. Now these are the points that we are going to discuss today. First of all, transportation in animals, circulatory system and excretory system. I'll make another video on transportation in plants. Let's start with the circulatory system. Before going into detailed discussion, I would like to brief you about the necessity of circulatory system in our body or the necessity of transportation. So you know that all the nutrients that we have, all the food that we eat, that produces energy. And this energy has to be transported to each and every cell in our body, right? So all of these energies are transported because of blood, right? Then if you see, there are so many cells, so many functions are getting performed daily. So these functions excrete out some waste products. So the elimination of waste products is also very important. That also takes place because of the blood, and which is the major part of our circulatory system, right? Now the circulatory system is composed of heart, arteries, capillaries and veins that we are going to discuss in detail. Let's first of all discuss about blood. So you know that blood is a fluid, right? It is a liquid which flows in blood vessels continuously. Blood vessels are those tubular structures inside which the blood flows. Now blood takes along with it the digested food, right? The food that we digest. It goes into the small intestine, and from small intestine it goes to all the body cells through the process of assimilation that we have already discussed in nutrition in animals. Then the oxygen which we inhale, that also goes to each and every cell for the process of respiration through the blood. Then again, the waste products, they are also eliminated from the body because of the function of blood. Now what is blood that we will see, or what is the composition of blood that we will see? You know that it is a fluid. It is made up of two portions. The first one is plasma. The second one is cells, or you can also call it as corpuscles, right? The plasma is the liquid portion because of which the blood seems to be liquid. Then the cells, these are of three types: RBCs, WBCs and platelets. The first component is RBC, or red blood cell, or erythrocytes. The blood is red in color because of the presence of a pigment called hemoglobin in RBC. Providing red color to the blood is not only the only function of RBC. One more function it performs. For example, here I have written this question: how oxygen is transported in the body. So this function is actually performed by hemoglobin, and this hemoglobin is present in RBC. That is why this question may be asked under RBC topic. So what happens? The oxygen which we inhale, it mixes with the blood and forms a compound known as oxyhemoglobin. Now, how this oxyhemoglobin reaches to each and every cell? When the blood capillaries carrying oxyhemoglobin reaches near the cell, this oxyhemoglobin compounds break down into oxygen and hemoglobin, right? The oxygen part goes into the cell, whereas the hemoglobin part, it goes along with the blood, right? The next component is WBC, that is white blood cells or leukocytes, right? The main function of WBC is to fight against the germs whichever enter our body. They are also known as soldiers of the body. So how do they work? Whenever any germ, it can be any microorganism or any foreign particle which enters our body, the WBC in our body, they recognize those germs as the antigen and they produce antibodies, right? These antibodies kill those germs by attacking on them, and in this way the WBCs, the soldiers of our body, help us to stay protected. In case the germ is very powerful, then the disease is caused, right? And that is why we get the antibiotics, so that the more number of antibodies are formed in our body. Now the last component is platelets. They help in clotting of blood. So you know what is clotting? For example, this is a blood vessel and you got some cut over here. Now the blood will start coming out from here, right? Now the platelets start functioning here and they form a clot over here. Because of this clot, no more loss of blood takes place. Now what would happen if the number of platelets decrease in our body? Definitely, if there is less number of platelets, more amount of blood will start coming out, right? In case you get a cut. So it will lead to anemia, that is the deficiency of blood. And if no proper medication is given, then now the next point is blood vessels. These are the tubular structures inside which the blood flows, right? These are three in number: artery, vein and capillaries. We will see the detailed structure of these blood vessels. First of all, see the main points. Arteries always carry oxygenated blood. Oxygenated means pure blood, right? Pure blood means the blood which carries oxygen. Then the artery has walls which are very thick in nature, right? Then no valves are present. We will see all of these things in detail. Veins, they carry deoxygenated blood. It means impure blood. And this impure blood carries carbon dioxide. Then the walls of the veins are thinner than arteries. And they have walls which avoid the backflow of blood. Then the last one is capillary, which is the connection between arteries and veins. And they have very thin wall, or you can say the thinnest wall it has. No valves are present again here. Let's discuss about them in detail. For example, this is an artery. It carries oxygenated blood, that we know. The arteries are meant to take blood away from the heart, right? For example, here I have shown this. This is a blood vessel which takes the blood from the heart and transports it to different organs. And there is this type of blood vessel which brings impure blood to the heart from various number of organs, right? So arteries, which one is artery here? This one is artery because it takes pure blood away from the heart. Now because it takes blood away from the heart, that is why there is so much of pressure of blood in the artery. And this is the only reason, in order to avoid rupturing of the walls because of high pressure, this artery has got thicker wall as compared to vein, right? The next is vein. You know that the walls are thin. These veins bring blood into the heart. It does not bring blood with very much high pressure as compared to artery. That is why the walls are thin as compared to artery. Now because the pressure is low, it means there are full chances of backflow. That is why the valves are present inside here, so that there is no backflow, just only unidirectional flow of blood is there, right? Then the last one is capillaries. This is an artery and this one is vein. You know that the thickness of artery and vein is different. That is why the capillary forms connection between artery and vein, right? So this was about the blood vessels. Now let's see what function is performed by these blood vessels in the circulation of blood. So this is the heart, right? First of all, the blood comes to the heart through pulmonary vein. And this one is pure blood and it comes from the lungs after purification. This pure blood goes through artery to various organs, right? Now from different organs, the impure blood again comes to vein. Now this impure blood goes from heart to lungs for purification through pulmonary artery. Now some points should be noted here. Artery, which carries oxygenated blood. Here I have written that pulmonary artery is carrying deoxygenated blood or impure blood from heart to lungs. How is it so? Because there is one artery that is known as pulmonary artery, which is exceptional artery, and it always carry deoxygenated blood, and normally arteries carry oxygenated blood. In the same way, veins carry deoxygenated blood, but pulmonary vein carries oxygenated blood, right? Let's first of all see the chambers of the heart. We the mammals have 4 chambers in our heart. Do let me know, do you know any other organism which has 2-chambered heart or 3-chambered heart? Please write down in the comment section. So we have 4 chambers. This one is right atrium, also known as right auricle. This one is left atrium. This one is right ventricle. And this one is left ventricle. I am just writing V. Okay. Now let's see the circulation of blood with the help of this beautiful diagram. So this one is superior vena cava and this one is inferior vena cava. Vena cava are the veins which carry deoxygenated blood from all the organs to this heart, to this first chamber of our heart. And this is known as right atrium that we already discussed. Now this deoxygenated blood goes to right ventricle, right? And this is the partition which is separating both of these portions. Let me tell you, this blue color indicates deoxygenated blood and this red portion indicates oxygenated blood. Now from right ventricle, the blood goes with the help of pulmonary artery to the lungs for purification. As you know, in the alveoli which is present in our lungs, gaseous exchange takes place. You can watch the video that I already made on respiration. From the lungs, the oxygenated blood comes to left atrium with the help of this pulmonary vein. Now from left atrium, it goes to left ventricle, right? Now this purified blood from left ventricle, it goes to the aorta. This is also an artery, or you can say modified version of artery, which takes away the blood, the oxygenated blood from the heart to various organs with the help of these normal arteries, right? And in this way, the flow of blood takes place. Let's again revise. The deoxygenated blood first of all comes to right atrium with the help of veins. Now from right atrium, it goes to right ventricle. From right ventricle, this goes to the lungs for further purification through pulmonary artery. Then from lungs, again oxygenated blood comes to left atrium. Then from left atrium, the blood goes to left ventricle. From there, it goes to aorta, and from here, it goes to each and every organ of the body. Now you know our heart works on contraction and relaxation. One contraction plus one relaxation is known as one heartbeat. Okay. And there is an instrument known as stethoscope, which is the friend of doctors, and they examine the heartbeat with the help of this instrument. And this heartbeat is normally it is 72 times in 1 minute. Now circulatory system in lower organisms, for example sponges and hydra, which are actually aquatic animals. Now they do not have any specific circulatory system because they excrete out the waste products through the skin, and also they take in food and oxygen with the help of their skin only, right? So there is no requirement of different or specific type of circulatory system in these lower organisms. Now the next topic is excretory system, which is a very beautiful and very interesting topic. First of all, let's see what is the meaning of this excretion. It is the process through which the waste substances which are produced in our body are removed out. Now what can be these waste substances? They can be carbon dioxide, urine, stool, sweat, extra amount of water and extra amount of salts, right? You know, there are so many activities going on in our body. That is why huge amount of waste substances are also produced. If these waste substances remain inside the body, they may accumulate and form toxins, right? And these toxic substances need to be eliminated out through the process of excretion and through a specific system that is known as excretory system. One more question for you. How many total number of systems are there in our body? We discussed about two, the circulatory one and excretory we are discussing. Let me know how many total number of systems are there in our body. The first student who will be writing the answer in comment section, I'll take his or her name in my next video. Now, the human excretory system consists of various number of organs. The first one is kidney. It is reddish colored, bean-shaped structure. Ureter is present. These are two in number, or you can say one pair is there. And they are tubular structures. Then urinary bladder, which is a muscular organ which stores urine for specific period of time. Then urethra, which helps to take out the urine from the body. Then this urinary opening, which is actually not any organ, just only this opening is known as urinary opening. Now, how this process takes place? First of all, the pure and impure blood reaches the kidneys. You must be thinking, why pure blood has to reach kidneys for elimination of waste substances? Because they are pure. Actually, they are pure because it has oxygen, but still waste substances are there and you have to remove those waste substances. That is why with the help of these blood vessels, the pure as well as impure blood reaches kidneys. With the help of the glomerulus, which is present over here, which is a type of a chunni or a strainer, the blood is filtered and reach the ureter. Now in the ureter, urine flows instead of the blood. Most of the useful substances like blood cells or required amount of salts are filtered from the kidney, but very small amount of useful substances also go along with the urine in the ureter, which need to be absorbed by the blood capillaries which surround the ureter. For example, this is a ureter. The blood capillaries which are present and which surround the ureter, they absorb those useful substances from the ureter, and the urine passes out to the urinary bladder, which is a muscular organ. It can carry urine for a specific period of time. When more and more pressure is applied on it because of the new stock of urine, the urine from the urinary bladder, it goes out with the help of this tube-like structure, urethra. Here, sphincter muscles are there, and these sphincter muscles control the flow of urine. They relax and contract according to the flow of urine. Right? I hope you are able to understand this excretory system. So the blood first of all comes to kidney. From kidney, it goes to ureter. From ureter, it goes to urinary bladder. From urinary bladder to urethra, and from there, it goes out of the body. Now, there are some important points. First of all, the composition of urine. 95% of urine is water. 2.5% is urea. And next 2.5% might be some salt. Now, different types of nitrogenous wastes are present in our body. These can be ammonia, urea, uric acid. Right? These aquatic animals produce ammonia which dissolves in water easily. Right? The next one is urea, which is excreted out by humans. Right? And some different animals also. You must have seen that the stool passed by the birds is very solid in nature, right? That is because of the presence of uric acid. So this was all about transportation in animals. In our next video, we will be discussing about transport of substances in plants. Till then, bye-bye, take care and thanks for watching. And please do not forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.